What's up, everyone? Let's talk about Superman 3. Let's make this short and sweet. I don't like Superman 3. Superman 3 sucks. It's an unfunny slapstick comedy. Richard Lester is given the ball to make a Superman movie, and he does a horrible job. He turns this into a slapstick comedy, and it sucks. He should have took inspiration from Superman 1, which had comedy in it, but it had legitimately funny comedy, and it came from character bantering. Lex and Otis, they were hilarious. They had good banter with one another. Other moments of comedy, it worked also because it came from the characters. It wasn't forced, and it wasn't like this movie. It wasn't forced or contrived. It was natural. This movie is a forced and contrived mess. Things that I do like. The movie is well made. I'll give it that. It's got good production value. Christopher Reeve as Clark Kent Superman does an excellent job as always. Annette O'Toole's Lana Lang. She's a good inclusion into the cast. The junkyard fight scene between Clark Kent and evil Superman after this character called Webster makes Superman evil for some reason is actually very entertaining, but because the story of this movie sucks, that scene is a disappointment because how we got to that scene is stupid. This guy called Webster wants to take over the oil and bean industry. He has this guy called Gus, played by Richard Pryor, who is a con man with computers, who tried to embezzle money from this guy. So this guy Webster says, "Hey, listen, if you work for me, I'll forget about you trying to embezzle from my company." And the other guy's like, "Okay." So they create kryptonite to take Superman out of the picture, makes him evil, and instead of Webster doing the logical thing and making Superman his instrument for destruction, Superman just commits acts of random vandalism. He fixes the Leaning Tower of Pisa, he blows out a candle, he has sex with a henchwoman, he gets drunk at a bar. It's just the most stupid stuff, and it's not even funny. I mean, I give Reeve credit for trying to make it work. Bless his heart, he tries, but you can tell he's struggling to make garbage work. And that's what this movie is. This movie is a wasted of our potential. It's so garbage. The whole concept of a computer being, of computers helping take over the world could have been intriguing if it was Brainiac. This movie would have been intriguing if Webster was Lex, and Lex found a way, and Brainiac came to Earth, and Lex and Brainiac were working together to try and take out Superman. That would have been a better story, instead of this dumpster fire of nothingness, which has potential for good. The stuff with Clark and Lana was really, really good. I like the scenes together. They have a good chemistry with one another. And it's a good contrast to the Lois and Clark relationship. In Lois and Clark, Lois is the domineering force. With Clark and Lana, it's on an even playing field. And the whole concept of Lana being in love with Clark, and Lois being in love with Superman could have made for a very interesting love triangle in a movie that has nothing going for it story-wise. And if you would have fixed the stuff with evil Superman by making him Webster's instrument of destruction, that would have made Webster more of an imposing, intimidating villain. Instead, he's just some businessman, and the guy playing him has just no on-screen presence. He has no charisma, and he's just flat out terrible. Gene Hackman, you are not, sir. Lex Luthor, all the way. And this tacked-on ending with Webster's sister turning into a supercomputer robot thingy is kind of dumb, and the fight in this kind of dumb. And Richard Pryor's character in this movie is a waste, because if you take him out of the movie's still the same. He brings nothing to the role at all. It was literally a stunt cast because Pryor was very popular at the time. You take him out of the movie, it's still a stupid mess. Again, the stuff with Lois and Lana could have been expanded upon more the stuff with Clark and Lana could have been expanded upon more. Lois has 2 minutes of screen time. If she actually had more screen time, and we could have had a rivalry develop between Lana and Lois, would have been more interesting. And again, it would have made the movie more watchable. And if evil Superman was used the right way, the junkyard brawl between Clark and evil Superman would have had more meaning. Instead, it's just it's the best scene in an overall terrible movie. So with all that being said and done, Superman 3 gets a 4 out of 10. I give it a 4 out of 10 because it's a well-made movie. It is well-made. It looks good. The junkyard scene is very entertaining, and the performances are good. Even though I have criticism with them, at least everyone is doing the best they can with a terrible script. Even the guy who plays Webster, who has no charisma or presence to me, he's at least trying to give the guy a little bit of personality, even though it's underwritten as all hell. I give the actors credit for working with the garbage they have to work with, and for working with a director who is clearly out of his element and is not even getting close to the amount of potential his actors can give him. So those are my thoughts on Superman 3, a wasted potential that could have been so much more and so much better. Anyway, if you like or hate Superman 3, let me know in the comment sections below. Like this video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.